大家好，欢迎来到 Jg 陪你聊财经。那这个是一个特别的番外篇啊，因为昨天黄仁勋跟 Mark Zuckerberg 在论坛上呢大谈 AI， 有很多的细节很有趣。那我想要尽早的让大家看到，所以我请团队呢做一个精华的剪辑，跟我觉得想要大家知道的资讯分享给大家。我们开始看吧。
How do you see the advances of generative AI at Meta today, and how do you apply it to either enhance your operations or introduce new capabilities that you're offering?
With generative AI, I think we're going to quickly move into this zone where not only is the majority of the content that you see today on Instagram just recommended to you from kind of stuff that's out there in the world that matches your interests, whether or not you follow the people. I think in the future, a lot of this stuff is going to be created with these tools too. Some of that is going to be creators using the tools to create new content. Some of it, I think, eventually is going to be content that's either created on the fly for you, or kind of pulled together and synthesized through different things that are out there. So I kind of dream of one day, like you can almost imagine all of Facebook or Instagram being like a single AI model that has unified all these different content types and systems together that actually have different objectives over different time frames, right? Because some of it is just showing you, what's the interesting content that you're going to be, that you want to see today. But some of it is helping you build out your network over the long term, right? People you may know or accounts you might want to follow.
And these multimodal models tend to be much better at recognizing patterns, weak signals and such. And so one of the things that it's so interesting that AI has been so deep in your company. You've been building GPU infrastructure, running these large recommender systems for a long time. Now you're
a little slow on it, actually, getting to GPUs.
Yeah, I was trying to be nice.
I know. Well,
tell everybody about the Creator AI and AI Studio that's going to enable you to do that.
Yeah. So we actually, this is something that we've talked about it a bit, but we're rolling it out a lot wider today. I don't think that there's just going to be like one AI model, right? This is something that some of the other companies in the industry, they're like, it's like they're building like one central agent, and yeah, we'll have the Meta AI assistant that you can use, but a lot of our vision is that we want to empower all the people who use our products to basically create agents for themselves. So whether that's all the many millions of creators that are on the platform, or hundreds of millions of small businesses, we eventually want to just be able to pull in all your content and very quickly stand up a business agent and be able to interact with your customers and do sales and customer support and all that. So the one that we're just starting to roll out more now is we call it AI Studio, and it basically is a set of tools that eventually is going to make it so that every creator can build sort of an AI version of themselves as sort of an agent or an assistant that their community can interact with. There's kind of a fundamental issue here where there's just not enough hours in the day, right? It's like if you're a creator, you want to engage more with your community, but you're constrained on time. And similarly, your community wants to engage with you, but it's tough. There's limited time to do that. So the next best thing is allowing people to basically create these artifacts, right? It's an agent, but you train it to kind of on your material to represent you in the way that you want. I think it's a very kind of creative endeavor, almost like a piece of art or content that you're putting out there. It's going to be very clear that it's not engaging with the creator themselves, but I think it'll be another interesting way, just like how creators put out content on these social systems, to be able to have agents that do that. One of the interesting use cases that we're seeing is people kind of using these agents for support. This was one thing that was a little bit surprising to me. Is one of the top use cases for Meta AI already is people basically using it to role play difficult social situations that they're going to be in. So whether it's a professional situation, it's like, all right, I want to ask my manager, like, how do I get a promotion or a raise, or I'm having this fight with my friend, or I'm having this difficult situation with my girlfriend, like how can this conversation go? And basically having a completely judgment-free zone where you can basically role play that and see how the conversation will go and get feedback on it. But a lot of people, they don't just want to interact with the same kind of agent, whether it's Meta AI or ChatGPT or whatever it is that everyone else is using. They want to kind of create their own thing. So yeah, I think that the open source strategy is going to be a good one. as a business strategy, I think people still don't quite
well,
get.
We love it so much. We built an ecosystem around it. We built this thing
you
called
guys
AI
have been
Foundry.
awesome on this. Yeah. I mean, you guys have been awesome on this. I mean,
we-
every time we're shipping something, you guys are the first to release this and optimize it and make it work. And so, I mean, I appreciate that. But
What can I say? We have good engineers. You know, and so, and
well, you always just jump on this stuff quickly too. So,
well, I'm a
Very
senior,
supportive.
I'm a senior citizen, but I'm agile. That's what CEOs have to do. And I recognize an important thing. And I think that Llama is genuinely important. We built this concept to call an AI factory, AI foundry around it, so that we can help everybody build. A lot of people, they have a desire to build AI. And it's very important for them to own the AI, because once they put that into their flywheel, their data flywheel, that's how their company's institutional knowledge is encoded and embedded into an AI. So they can't afford to have the AI flywheel, the data flywheel, that experience flywheel somewhere else. So, and so open source allows them to do that. But they don't really know how to turn this whole thing into an AI. And so we created this thing called an AI Foundry. We provide the tooling. We provide the expertise. Llama technology. We have the ability to help them turn this whole thing into an AI service. And then when we're done with that, they take it, they own it. The output of it's what we call a NIM. And this NIM, this Neuro Micro NVIDIA Inference Microservice, they just download it, they take it, and they run it anywhere they like, including on-prem. And we have a whole ecosystem of partners, from OEMs that can run the NIMs to GSIs like Accenture that we've trained and worked with to create Llama-based NIMs and pipelines. And now we're off helping enterprises all over the world do this. I mean, it's really quite an exciting thing. It's really all triggered off of the Llama open sourcing.
I think what you're going to end up with is just a whole series of different potential glasses products at different price points with different levels of technology in them. So I kind of think, based on what we're seeing now with the Ray-Ban Metas, I would guess that displayless AI glasses at like a $300 price point are going to be a really big product that like tens of millions of people or hundreds of millions of people eventually are going to have. And then
you're going to have super interactive AI that you're talking to. You
Yeah.
have visual language understanding that you just showed. You have real-time translation. You could talk to me in one language. I hear it in another language.
And then the display is obviously going to be great too, but it's going to add a little bit of weight to the glasses, and it's going to make them more expensive. So I think there will be a lot of people who want the kind of full holographic display, but there are also going to be a lot of people for whom they want something that eventually is going to be like really thin glasses.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mark Zuckerberg.
Thank you.